your attention, please be seated. Please be seated. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Please be seated so we get started. The sooner we get started, the sooner we want to listen to the organ. I know some of you are still leaving. Please feel free to finish your meals. We want to thank everybody for being here. This is the 2011 Conference USSSA Awards Banquet. Hey, let me have your attention. Hey, I'm trying to get the show over started for everybody in the room. We're here to honor you people. You're the best of the best, and we can't get started until everybody's quiet. All right? Like I said, I want to welcome you to the 2011 Conference USSSA Awards Banquet. This is our 6th year. It's my pleasure to introduce you to the head table. At the far end of my left is Mr. Fixer, T.R. Brackwell. Does anything that needs to be done. Mr. T.R. Brackwell. Next to him is lovely wife, who is the paymaster in charge of all the money in USSSA, and that's Miss Weedy Brackwell. Y'all want to stay on her good side. Next to her, lady that takes care of all these stacks when we turn them in, and takes care of all the insurance for us, does all kind of stuff in that office. Miss Stacy Loving. Stacy Loving. Right next to me, my immediate left, Miss Lori Tibbs. She does everything. You don't need to know anything. Miss Lori will take care of you, I promise you. Lori Tibbs, thank you, Lori. Next to mine here, Mr. Danny Brown, Assistant Executive Director of Concord, California. Mr. Danny Brown. Good for you. It's an honor and privilege for me to introduce to you the man responsible for Conference USSSA, the CEO, Executive Director, and Chairman of the Board of USSSA, the one and only Mr. Darren Diaz.
I'd like to congratulate all the players, managers, coaches, sponsors, and everybody involved, and all the staff for making this conference USSSA the success that it is today. About 6 years ago, it was a dream to figure out how we were going to bring the best to play each and every weekend and try to play the best facilities. I promised several sponsors that we got tired at the open level having 2, 3, 4 teams playing double, triple round robins, that with the money being spent, the problem we had with the economy and everything is that we need to have a place to bring people each and every weekend. But we started out with the idea of having possibly 18 teams to try to make this happen. The first year we had 22. Today, 6 years later, we are sitting at around, at one time we had 41, right about 35 teams playing in this conference. And I think we got to applaud everybody in this room, especially the sponsors and all the players that set the first. When we started this conference 6 years, gas was $1.89 a gallon. Unemployment was 5.1%. Your home actually was worth something. People's retirement funds, they actually had one. And you know what? After all this is said and done, and even at that time, the United States was paying all their bills on time. And even what you hear and what you're reading on the website, everybody in this room has made this all work. And you can see the success which you got. So even at the worst times that this country's been in many, many, many years, here we are today with 400 people in this room. And we had another successful year. It's all together. You've got to give yourself a big hand. So give it to them. Well, we promised you would have this conference. We promise you play at the best facilities, you play against the best teams, you would have the best umpires, you would have standardized softballs, you would have anything that we can do to make this thing right. Actually, the thing that would be the closest to ever playing in the major leagues. And hopefully you've had that experience this year. You're going to experience something in a couple weeks at Disney since ESPN has taken over the naming rights and they've put in all the information what they have there. That's why we're asking every one of you to come out here and get your pictures taken for that video, because it's out there, the video board and what they're doing. There's cameras everywhere now. They have actually motion cameras that are doing this. You could see some of this on Sports Center. You're going to see this thing. We're going to go live. Everything is live now, stats. So point streak, you can see the averages, you can see the at-bat, you can see every pitch. This is worldwide stream. You can see it on your iPad. You can see it on your iPhone now. All the games being played at the stadium and all the World Series games will be on iPhone and iPad. So we've come a long way in 6 years, and I guess despite everything we're doing, we haven't raised any fees. We give you everything we said we're going to try to do. We try to put you up. We're trying to be part of the sponsors because we understand the problems that are out there. So again, we appreciate everything you do to support this. We only had a dream. All we can do is set it up. Without you coming out here playing and all you guys being and participating week in and week out, we don't have anything. And we're proud of what we do here. And like I said, this is a small part of what we're trying to do for our whole association. We've got Danny and the board. We have funded this thing, and we're committed. We are not giving up until this thing is going to be shown every day on TV and what we can possibly do with this thing. With all the new channels and everything and all the inventory and MLB.com and all the things we've been working with behind the scenes, this could be the best of the best. This is going to be the first thing that's going to get on there. So, again, we're here this weekend. We're crowning 3 conference champions. We've come up with another bracket, which DW, Dale Beisner, has did. He came up with the idea of having this bracket, what we did. I think to me it looks successful right now. We've tried everything every week. We try to do something every year better. We tried double round, we tried pool play, we tried one game knockout, we tried, but this to me looks like it's a good opportunity for people to prepare for the World Series. And this weekend, we do not want it to be like the major World Series in 2 weeks, which we are very proud of. This one is our 40th annual World Series at Disney this year. So 40 years we've been doing this. This isn't something we just dreamed up to try to take some teams to go play on a weekend somewhere. This is the show. So this weekend we want different. That's why this award Banquet. You'll see what you're getting this weekend. The first team's going to get some very, very nice, awards. Plus, everybody that makes the all 3 on-conference teams are going to get a watch. Awesome, nice, beautiful watch. So this banquet tonight is another way for us to thank you for being a part of what we're doing here and be a part of what you've done all year. Right now, I'd like to make some personal presentations before we get into the actual 3 all-conference teams. Right now, I'd like to bring in our staff to get the first watches that we're going to give them right now. And to present these watches, I guess, Danny, would you present these to the staff, please? First one is Lori Timmons. Stacy Lovey. Wendy Brockwell. Steve Salute. Bernie Goodstein. Matt O'Hara.
Oh, okay.
These are the general managers that are doing it. They do all the streaming live and all the IT. Paul O'Leary. From national headquarters, basically our liaison between us and the county, Sonny Monticello. USSSA today coverage from the magazine Stafford Connor. The gentleman that we've sent out to several events to cover this, I'm going to cover this on page Dale Weiser, DW. Gentleman that's been the tournament director at many of your events and handles everything on the field for us and all the umpires in Rick Robertson. Basically, Rick's assistant and we sent to 10 different events in a row just so that we can have the consistency, checking the bats, making sure that everything was done the same way all the time, very often. Two young ladies that came to us as interns for UCF that have worked everything behind the scenes, have done picture taking, put magazines together. Rachel Wilson and Victoria Rosenblum. Most let's give them a good hand, please. Thank you. Talk about the introduction of the umpires who made this thing, taking this thing to the next level. I think they did a great job.
Hey guys, I want to bring my umpires. Larry, can you bring them all up here? We'll talk to them. These guys, you know, the unsung heroes of what they do. I can promise you this, these guys do not do this for the amount of money they get. They do it for the love of the game. And they go line up right here, you can see it leading off right here from Massachusetts, Mr. Mike McKinney, one of our new World Series umpires. Next to him is one of the old faithful, Coleman Drano, Wayne Pastovich. Next to him, right over there, Lee Ayers out in the north. Next to him, Tony Walzak. His name is Tony down there. That's Toto, Darren Ward. Next, Mr. James Morrow. Next to James, that's Mr. Kim Hunt from the World Series. Bobby Wolford, 2S, Bobby Wolford, being good to me. He's a new one that helped us. Next to Bobby, Chuck Doc Beckwell. Who's next? Jason? Jason Overline, Pride, Arkansas. Who's next? Larry Lawson down there, and the musician, Larry Lawson. Made 10 tournaments in a row, 14 of them all together this year. Made sure he came in, answered everything, was there every week checking the back. The one and only world famous Larry Lawson.
think right now we need to give Rick Roberts a hand keeping this through everything more than we can. This year we come up with an award now. This is the first annual conference USSSA Umpire of the Year Award. The first recipient, Hall of Famer, Chuck Doc Beckwell. One more hand for the umpires. Thank you very much. This next award is a special award that I think is much needed. We lost a very important person, and a very, very, very gentleman person here in this association here last year. And I think it's appropriate right now to bring out Donnie Donis III. To give out this trophy, this next award, please.
I'll kind of give a brief overview of what this award's all about and kind of how it came to this. This is the John Glidewell Sportsmanship Award. Obviously, I know John's probably touched a lot of people in this room's lives. I was fortunate enough to be his teammate for 4 years and pretty good friends for over 10 years with John, and anyone who had interaction with him, whether playing with him, against him, on the field, off the field, there's no way that anybody would ever have a negative word to say about John. That is the truth. You can ask anybody, talk to anybody. Honestly, he is the best person I've ever met. I mean, he legitimately has never said a bad word about anybody on his team, on another team, an umpire. I can't even recall ever hearing him curse, to be honest with you. It's almost too good to be true when I first met him. But anyways, obviously everyone's aware that we lost John last year. And Joey Powell gave me a call, the manager of Fence Brokers and one of John's closest friends. He called me in April and kind of wanted to figure out a way to keep John's name involved in the game of softball. He knew how dear it was to his heart. He knew how, really how much John loved USSSA and competing and his friends and teammates. I can't even begin to tell you how many times he went out of his way to thank my dad. Just say, I appreciate everything you guys do, give me an opportunity to fulfill my dream and play out here. And that's honestly what he would say. And he probably said it 50 times if he didn't say it once. So kind of what this award's all about, to carry on. Like I said, one of the, not only a phenomenal player, but honestly the best person I've ever met in this game, and felt very fortunate to play with John and obviously more importantly be his friend. So with that being said, the first recipient of this award was actually fortunate enough to play with this guy as well for about 3 or 4 years. You could argue he's one of the best players in the game, and obviously more importantly, he's a great teammate, a great person, a great husband and father. Also glad to be close friends with the first recipient of the John Glidewell Sportsmanship Award, Rick Baker.
Jeff and Paul Brown and Kid Franzine. Please stand and please. Our next word goes to the highest finishing goes to Down to Earth Sports. Andrew Dover. The next award to the highest finishing any team in the country this year by points and coming in as the 4th seed, which is pretty high seed. Team 54 Emerald Award. And the highest finishing overall points for 2011 Conference USSSA for the 6th consecutive year. Travis Rosmando. Before we get into the 3 conference results, I'd like to make here an announcement. I'd like 4 individuals to please stand. Don Cooper. Well done. This is Don Cooper right now. We'll wait till the end. Del Banks. Larry Portuccio. And Frank Webb. These gentlemen will be receiving the highest honor bestowed on any individual by the USSSA, being inducted in 2011 here in Orlando, Florida, into the National USSSA Hall of Fame. To the 2011 Class B All-Conference team. From Midwest Swing, Cody Gilbert. You're not present, we'll just write down the names here. Mike Noonan. And Rick Potter, all from Midwest Swing. From Wananati, Dave Kessler. John Jameson. And Brad Keldler. Guys, I'd like you to go around here in the area back here to my left and take a team picture. From the scene, Matt Arlette. Kathleen Martin. And Blake Williams. From Gasson, Wayne Boland. Jason Gilford. And Brad Clark. Magic International Gold, Chris Carr. John Hickey. Jeff LaHare. And the manager of the year from Down to Earth Sports, Andrew Dunaway. One more hand for the Class D All-Conference team. For the second team, All-Conference. It's 741, 42 home runs, 106 RBIs from R&M Meadows. Kyle Yerkes. Coming back Farmer, 760, 56 home runs, 174 RBIs. Mike Dill. From Farmer, 746, 20 home runs, 74 RBIs. Michael Taylor. From Down to Earth, 707, 38 home runs, 77 RBIs, Jonathan Scott. From Woodlaw, Dennis Schrum. Suncoast, 660, 125 home runs, 64 RBIs. Ryan Justice. From Darkside, 706, 24, 68. Charlie Bumgarner. From Team 454, 677, 43 home runs, 141 RBIs, Mitch May. From Down to Earth, 646, 29 home runs, 87 RBIs, Sean Greer. From Dockside, 697, 24 runs, 80 RBIs, John Robinson. From Team 454, 635, 7 home runs, 75 RBIs, Kevin Nassau. From Woodlaw, 750, 26 home runs and 90 RBIs, Chris Hansen. From G Shop, 706, 6 home runs, 40 RBIs, Chad McLean. From Taylor May, 747, 17 home runs, 65 RBIs, Kevin Rod. From Suncoast, 722, 40 home runs, 102 RBIs, Adam Rockoff. From R&M Meadows, 749, 10 home runs, 58 RBIs, Ryan Circle. From Woodlawn, 768, 24 home runs, 58 RBIs, Adam Elliott. From Suncoast, 678, 19 home runs, 62 RBIs, Ryan Robbins. And the manager of the year for Team 454, Tiny. One more hand for the second team. You try to say now for the first team. You do a little more statistics on these guys. The 2007 and 2010 MVP, 5 times selected to the first team all-conference team. Andy Purcell. Oh! Second pitcher. We took 2 from each position. 732, 52 home runs, 153 RBIs. Made the first team 2 times. This year in 2011, he was the MVP 3 times, the offensive player once, and 6 times on all tournament team this year. Pitcher Gino Buck from GPL. Catcher, 2010 offensive player. One of the 6 people that have made the all-tournament team, all-conference 6 times. All 6 years he's been on this team, all 6 times. This year he made the all-tournament 5 times. 823, 106 home runs, 286 RBIs. From Combat, Brett Helmer. Catcher. 2011 was the offensive player once. Made 7 all tournament teams. This is the second time he's been selected in the first team. hit 746 with 81 home runs and 207 RBIs. From GTL, Kevin Philby. In 2011, he was the offensive player once. He was selected 7 times to the all-tournament teams. This is the first time selected on the first team. He hit 777, 73 home runs, and 194 RBIs. From GTL, Chris Larson. In 2011 was the MVP twice, 7 times selected to the all-tournament teams. The second team, he's been selected to the first team all-conference. 746, 64 home runs, 206 RBIs. From Rosmondo, Jeremy Eisenhower. 2011 was selected to 2 all-tournament teams. This is the first time he's been selected to the first team all-conference. He had 701, 61 home runs, 191 RBIs. From Team 454, Kyle Moyer. 2011 offensive player once, 2 times all tournaments. Second time on the first team. It's 750 with 78 home runs and 206 RBIs. From Shop, Timmy Coco. 2011, 1 MVP, 1 defensive player, 7 all-tournament teams. The 4th time he's made the first team all-conference. He hit 749 with 43 home runs and 137 RBIs. From Rosmondo, Vince Bisbee. 2011, 4 all-tournament teams. The 4th time he was made the first team all-conference. 743, 36, and 118 RBIs. From Rosmondo, Bobby Hughes. 1st baseman. 2nd time he has made the first team all-conference. He had 746 with 9 home runs and 72 RBIs. From Gene Shot, Eric Thompson. First baseman, 2 times all-world this all-tournament this year, and the 5th time he's made the first team all-conference. It's 710 with 56 home runs and 161 RBIs. From Combat, Rusty Baumgartner. Second baseman, MVP, 2008, 2009, 2010, and 2011 home run champion. It's the fourth time he's made the first all-conference team. This year he was MVP twice, and he made the all-tournament team 9 times. 801, 111 home runs, and 330 RBIs from Rismondo, Greg Kinnett.
Yeah, Greg.
Second base, 5 all-tournament teams in 2011. The 5th time he is the first team all-conference. Hit .749 with 77 home runs and 208 RBIs from Combat, Dale Banks. Third base, 2011, the MVP once, 2 times on the all-tournament team. This is the first time he has made the first team all-conference. He hit .777 with 37 home runs and 122 RBIs from Gene Shop, Lee Powers. Third base, 2011, 4 all-tournament teams. This is the second person who has been on the 6th time he's been on the first team, all-conference. 746, 42 home runs and 142 RBIs from Combat, Dennis Ruley. Shortstop, 2008 MVP, 2006 and 2007 the Defensive Player of the Year. The third person who's been selected all 6 times on the first team. This year he was the MVP once, he was the Defensive Player 5 times, and 9 all-tournament teams. 713, 671 from Rismondo, Don Dietinaus III. Shortstop. This year in 2011, he was the Defensive Player of the tournament twice. 5 times all-tournament. The second time he's been selected to the first team all-conference. 715, 37 home runs and 139 RBIs from GTL Anthony Dress. Middle infield. 2009, the most valuable player in the conference. The 4th player that's made the all-conference team all 6 times. This year in 2011, he was the MVP 3 times, the offensive player once, 7 times on the all-tournament team. 867 home runs and 215 RBIs for Rismondo, Bryson Baker. Middle infielder, 2010, the Defensive Player of the Year. He's made this all-conference team for the 2nd time. In 2011, he was the MVP once, the Defensive Player once, and 3 all-tournament selections. 636, 1191 from GTL, Matt Peso. Outfield. 2011, he was the MVP once. He made the all-tournament team twice. In 2009, he was the defensive player of the conference. He has made the first team 5 times. Hit .731 with 44 home runs and 131 RBIs from Combat Rick Baker. Outfield, 2011 made the all-tournament team twice. The 5th player that has made the all-conference team all 6 times. 735, 85 home runs, 200 RBIs from Combat, Brian Wegman. In 2011, the offensive player once. He made 5 all-tournament selections this year. This is the 2nd time he's been selected to the first team. 755, 62 home runs and 178 RBIs from GTL, Donathan Perkraka. In 2011, he's made the all-tournament team 4 times. This is the first time he's been unselected on the first team. It's 737 with 67 home runs and 173 RBIs from Team 454, Bubba Mack.
Yeah!
2011, offensive player once, 6 times selected in the all-tournament selection. This is the first time he's been selected to the first team all-conference. It's 757 with 72 home runs and 214 RBIs from GTL, Timmy Howard. Was the MVP once, the defensive player once, and he made the all-tournament team 7 times. In 2009, he was the offensive player of the conference. He is the 6th player to make the all-conference team all 6 years. It's 737 with 76 home runs and 231 RBIs from Roswanda, Ryan Rainwater. Last outfielder, 5 all-tournament teams in 2011. The 2nd time in the first team all-conference. 735, 41 home runs and 129 RBIs from Roswando, Scott Striegel.
No, it's the Francis over there.
To complete the team for the 5th time, the all-conference manager from 2007 through 2011 from Roswando, John Raptor.
Victor, all that bad stuff you said about it, too.
Let's give a hand for the 2011 first team all-conference. While they're taking their pictures and the those will probably be selected here, we're going to give out the final awards for the evening, which will be the batting champion, home run champion, outstanding offensive and defensive players, and the most valuable player. So as soon as they get their picture taken, I'll go ahead and finalize the awards. Just to give you a little indication here, we get some numbers. You can see this. Let me introduce the announced the award winners from day one. In 2006, the MVP was Jeff Wallace. 2007 was Amy Purcell. 2008, Adam announced the third. 2009, Bryson Baker and BJ Folk. 2010, Brett Cannell and Amy Purcell. 2011, Brett Cannell and Bryson Baker. The Defensive Player Awards. 2006 and 7, Donnie Donatus the third. 2008, Scott Naselli. 2009, Rick Baker. 2010, Matt Payson. Offensive Player. 2007, Jeff Wallace. 2008, J.C. Phelps. 2009, Brian Wegman. 2010, Brett Helmer. Home Run Champions, 2006, Jeff Wallace. 2007, B.J. Falk. 8, 9, and 10 and 11, Brett Cannell. The Batting Champions, 2006, Scott Brown. 2007, Jeff Wallace. 2008, Jeff Hall. 2009, Hank Harris. 2010, Adam Rockoff. Those have been the award winners over the past from 2006 on. Let's give them a big hand. This is for the roll here. It looks like nobody has won the batting champs twice yet. Looks like it's been an individual each year. We got a new one this year in 2011. The offensive player so far has only been once. First award for the batting champion, OB, whatever, for the on base, however you want to call it. It's a phenomenal year. 823 on base percentage from Combat, Brett Helmer. The home run champion, 4th consecutive year, 111. From Resmondo, Greg Cannell. The outstanding offensive player. And you want to talk about trying to figure this one out with all these stats and what you see. It's hard to pick one individual. So we're going to give 2 because I think it's hard to do more. And I think we want to try to be as fair as possible because you got some phenomenal years. Co-MVP Offensive Player Awards. The first one, second time for the first time offensive player. 823, 106 home runs, 286 RBIs from Combat, Brett Helmer. Let's take this one. How about 777 with 73 home runs and 194 RBIs? Chris Larson. The outstanding defensive player. There'll be many players in this conference. But then when it comes bottom line out, they look at what's out there every day, and sometimes this position gets a little overlooked because the big plays and stops that we see a lot of defensive players in the middle infield, the shortstops, we see some great offensive plays in the outfield. But I think this position sometimes closes off the big rallies every time I see it in the position of pitcher. When the balls come back and when you can stop an inning and when you can do it. Defensive Player of the Year this year from Rosmano Amy Purcell. Last two awards, the MVP of the conference. Again, another hard thing to do here. I mean, basically what you're looking at here is you've seen a lot of things, you've seen a lot of numbers, but we followed our guidelines, what we're doing here. What you're seeing, these awards are based on the finishing teams. Most of the time, if not anything that we've ever seen, it's always the MVP comes off of an MVP. Generally, we go with the offensive player off of one, the defensive player off of one. We're seeing these awards tonight, they're based on the finish of these teams, not like taking away from anybody's great year. We're looking at some big numbers here that we're having to do another way around like the MVPs. We couldn't decide, the committee could not decide again for an MVP, so we're going to go. When you take an 801 batting average and then you put an 800 batting average there, who do you decide? You take 111 home runs and you take 67, but obviously you're taking a look at positions and what players and what positions they can make, and how much defense that you can do. You take 300 RBIs with 215 RBIs. Hard to separate. So again, for the second time in a row, the co-MVPs of the 2011 Conference USSSA are Greg Cannell and Bryson Benford. Tomorrow we crown some champions and we get some 2011 winners. We got 3 champions to crown tomorrow. We wish everybody good luck. We've had some great weather these last couple of days which we can't control. We had a great time at this banquet. I hope you think we're going in the right direction here. I think we're trying to, we believe this is your conference. We're just trying to support it. So what I'm going to do is just congratulate everybody and for a great year. Again, thank you everybody for what you do. And good luck tomorrow. I'm going to take it to Rick. Final words here. So again, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Gentlemen, congratulations, of course, to each one of you. In our minds, every one of you is a winner, every one of you is a champion. We appreciate everything you do as far as winning. We also want to thank the wives and girlfriends. You know, last you letting these guys play, we don't have a conference. We appreciate you very much. Special thank you for me to my fiancée, Anna. She allows me and the umpires to stay in our house. We bought about 11 umpires in our house each time they come to town. And thank you for letting us play over there. We appreciate it. Appreciate letting us sleep there. Gentlemen, those award winners, please come pick up your boxes. Make it easier to transport home. They're right here. Or they should please come pick your boxes up. Special thank you to Mr. Dunes and their staff. These people were phenomenal. Food was wonderful. Thank you very much to them. Thank you to the USSSA staff. We appreciate each and every one of the staff. Very good for Matt, Paul, William, the video, as Don said, our master, Jeff Brown, and his dad, Paul, what they do up there, and of course, Ken Frank's really one guy, the stat guy. Danny Brown, Assistant Executive Director, for passing out awards. Appreciate you, Danny, very much. Girls at the office, as always, do everything. T.R. Rockwell, Mr. Fiction, anything you need, T.R. does. Of course, the one and only Mr. Don Leonidas and Mason Thomas. Let's give Don Leonidas a big hand, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Don, for what you do. Ladies and gentlemen, please travel safe home. There are some DWI checks out there on Osceola Parkway and the Turnpike. Seriously, they are checking people. Do not drink and drive. Get somebody to do that for you. We love you. We appreciate you. We'll see you tomorrow.